Alright, my name is Jackson Lears.
And I'm Seth Schweitzer.
And we are from Radix Productions. This is the first Radix Productions podcast in a series of not very many podcasts.
This will honestly probably be the only podcast we do.
I mean, eventually, someday.
Someday.
So, in this podcast, we're going to tell you guys about how Radix Productions got started, how we met, how we got into filmmaking, all in the exact opposite order from what I just listed. So, Seth, how about you start off?
Okay, which one? Which category?
And just how you got into filmmaking.
So I got into filmmaking actually freshman year. I've always loved films. I grew up liking movies, and they played a big part in my life. But I really got into filmmaking freshman year when I watched the movie Dracula from 1931. That really, just something about it just kind of really got me interested in the whole idea of films and what they mean, and made me just want to watch as many movies as I possibly can and become as knowledgeable about films as I can. So I decided to become a director. I looked up what I had to do, what that kind of meant, and I liked it, but I didn't know if that was exactly what I wanted to do. Whenever you're a kid, you think you want to be a doctor or an astronaut, something kind of like that. So I was afraid that might have been for me what that kind of was. So for directing, I was a little hesitant, but luckily freshman year, at the end of it, one of my teachers, she told me to take broadcast journalism, which was kind of like an introduction to broadcast filming, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to describe it. It was just, I don't know, like a news, TV news for school. It
Helps you learn how to make videos and audios.
Exactly, yeah. So I took that class, and not going into it thinking that I would start making videos, more just kind of wanting to figure out if this was what I wanted to do, and if I wanted to, to learn some stuff, and things like that. And after my first film, I was hooked, and that is where I met Jackson. But before we talk about that, I'm pretty sure Jackson wants to talk about how he got into filmmaking.
Yeah, gosh, give me a turn, boy. So, like Seth, as a kid, I always watched movies, and I always enjoyed them. And the idea of becoming a director graced my mind a couple times growing up. But as a kid, it was always, I wanted to make cartoons. And then I got into video games, and I wanted to be a video game designer. But it wasn't until 2014, actually, I'm pretty sure it was the beginning of freshman year, kind of like Seth, that I was watching a movie review by a YouTuber called Chris Stuckman. And it was over Captain America the Winter Soldier, which I'm an enormous Marvel fan. So, when I'm listing my top 5 movies of the year, whatever Marvel movies came out that year would always be at top. But I was watching this review, and it was one of the first reviews I've ever watched, and I just listened to him talk about a movie and analyze it from a filmmaking perspective and talk about the art of filmmaking, and that was the first time that I'd ever really heard about it in that sort of sense. And I thought it was really fascinating, and I loved the creation, learning about how movies were created and stuff, because I've always had this imagination and wanted to tell stories in a weird way, or not in a weird way, just in any way. So that's one of the reasons that I chose to become a filmmaker instead of a video game designer, because some video games have great stories, but not as many people have access to that. As opposed to movies,
or just want to
the biggest, yeah.
To build on Jackson's, what he was saying, I like what he said about the review, I really agree with that, because whenever I started getting interested in movies, more than just just watching them, more of as a filmmaking standpoint, makes me appreciate and love movies even more. For me, I don't think there is a bad movie. Of course there's awful movies, but at each time, and I've watched a lot of bad movies, but I'm not mad about that. I love watching any movie, because even whenever I watch a bad movie, it's something I take something from it. I learn something from it. It's just, movies are awesome. I mean, they're you know how people say, you know, a picture could tell or has 1,000 words. Well, movies, you know, oh my gosh,
that's a lot of pictures.
That's a lot.
They're moving too.
I think and you know, I agree with what, you know, Jax was saying about watching reviews, and kind of like it's very interesting, like hearing, like, because, you know, you never would have thought, like, before I became, you know, I was pretty ignorant, and I think everyone is until they kind of like actually look at films, and majority of people are pretty ignorant about films, which, I mean, you know, we all are whenever it comes to art, because, you know, me for like paintings or like
it's just like a white square. What's so fancy?
Yeah. But like whenever you get more appreciation of it, and like it makes them even better movies. You know, I've heard some people say, like, if they know kind of how movies are made, it kind of takes the magic away. I disagree. I think knowing and appreciating like symbolism or
character development,
exactly, character arcs, meaning, it just makes movies even better and more enjoyable.
Yeah, most people when they watch a movie, they don't really take note of like things like character like decisions or cinematography, just like the stuff like you can really like appreciate when you get into filmmaking. And
how that led us into actually us meeting. We actually met freshman year. Didn't like each other at first. We sat across for each other at lunch.
It was the second semester.
Second semester? Yeah. Or was it? No, was it?
No, it was
second.
Because it was like
we had class. Yeah, I forgot we had class the next year in sophomore year. But anyway, so freshman year, we had lunch together because we hung out with the same people, and, you know, Jordan Singer.
Jordan Singer. Yeah. Rocco Dedamici.
But like, so, you know, I knew he liked films, and he knew I did too, but like we didn't like each other.
It was like, it's not that we didn't dislike each other.
Yeah.
From my perspective, we met each other. Seth had this really rockin' hairdo.
Oh God, I had long hair.
Long skater hair.
It was awful.
And then I was just like, I talked about video games a lot because one of my friends there, we sat there. So I think it was like,
I think we just got the wrong opinion of each other. I judged you way too fast.
Yeah, I judged you too.
I think you too. And it's funny because now we're best friends.
Yeah.
But
really?
Yeah.
I know.
But like, in sophomore year, we got a class together.
It was world history.
Yeah,
was it world history? Yes.
Yes, I'm so sorry for
Miss Holcomb.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
She didn't like us.
Yeah, I passed that class with a D, and I feel so because she kind of hated us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like we played cards all the time in her class and talked about movies.
We talked constantly, and if we weren't talking, we were playing some poker game.
Yeah. Some poker game, many variety.
Yeah. But like, it was interesting because like I don't remember like the beginning of it because it's like we had class. I think, did we have assigned seatings or did we just sit where we wanted?
We sat where we wanted.
We sat where we wanted.
It was
and I remember sitting, and I was like, and I remember Jackson from
the lunch table.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, you know, and I remember he liked film, so, you know, I was like, and this was, you know, like, it's been, you know, summer, and so we haven't, you know, and we kind of talked a little bit more about, you know, films and stuff like that, and it was like, wow, this guy's pretty cool. Probably didn't think I was.
Well, when I remember this. It was like the first day of that class. I sat down, and it was you and then a couple other kids, and like I didn't know like any of them, and I almost didn't recognize you because you gotten a haircut.
Yeah.
And so like I could actually see your face. I didn't know what it looked like, and so and then like someone called you Seth. I'm like, oh, it is Seth.
You know what's funny is whenever I got that haircut, my forehead was completely white.
Really?
So like I kind of had a little bit of a tan. My forehead was just white.
That's great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but like that whole year, I just remember everyone like, cause you know, I had that haircut for like my whole entire life until I got that. Yeah, I had that.
I'll probably put up a picture of that haircut during this part.
It was, by the way, totally inspired by the Beatles. I still am a huge fan of the Beatles, but like, yeah, totally inspired by the Beatles.
Dude, I love.
Don't make it. Don't do it. He makes these crappy jokes. We're not going to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's the lead singer of Rolling Stones?
Anyways, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is going somewhere. I promise.
Yeah.
But in that class, you know, I was taking broadcast journalism, and you know, once again, back to what I was saying earlier about how I just wanted to kind of learn how to do stuff, and you know, I wasn't really thinking of making videos. I never, being a YouTuber, always I thought was like, hey, that's cool, but I never wanted to be a YouTuber actually, which I'm so glad I am now. I think even if we do, which we have to, become major motion picture directors, I think I still, even while I'm doing that, want to continue doing YouTube videos because I love it so much. I love doing shorts.
It's a great like platform.
It's great. I enjoy it so much, and well, anyways, so you know, I was learning, and you know, our teacher, Mr. Loudis, who will probably come up in this video a lot. He gave us, you know, some a couple assignments, you know, and once again, I was learning from those, and during that class, same time, I came up with an idea for a short film, you know, which was, now this is where the start of everything, the real beginning happened. So, you know, I'm a huge fan of classic film.
Film noir.
Film noir, which is 40s and 50s detective movies. So I'm a huge fan of that, and I remember I was actually playing a video game. I was playing L.A. Noire, and I was just in that mood, and I love that game. That's a great game, by the way.
L.A. Noire.
Noire. Which is really weird because it's spelled, I mean, like...
It's got an E.
Yeah, I hate that. That bugs me. I'm like, why?
Noire. Is it the Spanish mom?
Anyways, like, but like, and I was like, the thought kind of came to me was just like, you know, what if I made like a short, film noir spoof, and I took, and like that night I kind of thought of some, you know, ideas, like in it you'd see Mason, he says a line in the alleyway scene, he says, my name's Riley, Doghouse Riley, which was taken from The Big Sleep, which was where we got the name, where I got the name Big Cliche, because there's so many film noirs named The Big, you know, The Big Combo, The Big. There's a lot more.
The Big
Lebowski. The Big Lebowski.
The Big Sick came out this year.
Yeah, The Big Combo is one. But so like that's where that title came from, and I came up with this idea, and I wrote it with my buddy Mason, who he's not really into filmmaking, but he's written a lot of scripts with us. He's another great friend of ours. I've known him since 7th grade. 7th grade is whenever we met. So we've been good friends for a long time. But I wrote the script with him. And I wanted to do a German character. And I don't remember if it was like...
I'm going to tell this part. I was watching a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because, like I said, huge Marvel fan. And there was Hydra in that show, and there was a character, and like they'd have flashbacks to the 40s, and he'd talk in this German accent, and I was like, oh, I want to imitate that. So I'd start working on it, and then I'd say it in class, and it made Seth laugh, and other people laugh, and he's like, I like that.
Yeah, and then that, like, and then whenever I was making this 40s as a joke, I wanted kind of like a German, you know, just because of that whole, because the time, you know, 40s.
That, you know, World War
II. Them bad Nazis. But like, and I was like, and I knew Jackson wanted to be, you know, into like becoming a director, so I was like, hey man, I have this German character, I wanted you to play it. And actually there was another kid in that class named Will Anawahi, great guy, which I wanted him to play Rocco Dedamici. Rocco Dedamici.
Dedamici.
He couldn't play it, sadly, but like Jackson, you know, he was, you know, glad to play the German, did an amazing job. We're actually probably gonna make a movie someday of that, and will be playing the German.
Oh shucks.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, the German did it in the movie, if you oh gosh, we just spoiled our own movie.
He dies of lung cancer.
So yeah, So that's where we first kind of came together, and we met like the regulars, Mason, Jordan, Claire, which that's an interesting story in itself, Claire. But oh my gosh, it's a big cliche. That was rough, but it was a great. That is where I figured out, like, man, this is absolutely what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And to this day, I still love the big cliche. It's probably my favorite just because of what it means.
Yeah. Also, like, it was Seth's first video that he made.
It wasn't like, because I made like some class projects which are awful.
Frankenstein.
Oh god.
Or Teenage Frankenstein.
I was inspired by Young Frankenstein. Yeah. But it was my first, I'd say, real film, you know. Yeah. And I'm very proud of it, especially because, like, I didn't know anything. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. We had no idea. Yeah, I wrote the screenplay with Julian. Like, I wrote the script, but I wrote the shot list with this guy named Julian, who isn't in our group anymore. So, like, oh, man, my goodness, I can't even believe that turned out as good as it did. Which we won awards for that.
We won 2 awards.
We won 2 awards.
SDN and for the Central Film Festival, which is local.
Which is ridiculous to think, because man, we had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea. If you want to become a filmmaker, here's what you do: you watch movies and you watch YouTube videos on how to do stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's how we've gotten where we're at. So
you originally hated the big cliche.
I did.
I know Julian disowned it, and then
Julian disowned
and he moved away.
Julian disowned it, and that's why he doesn't film with us anymore. I don't even know where he is now.
In Pennsylvania,
probably. But like, I remember editing it and like, and I think this is for every filmmaker or editor specifically. I hated editing in the beginning, but now I love editing. Editing is one of my favorite parts, which I think every part to filmmaking is fun. I think my least favorite part about filmmaking is definitely how long it takes. Like, because I have these ideas and I'm so excited about them. You know, we have this script that I'm excited about, but it's weeks before we start filming. We film it. It's a while before we get it perfect. It's a lot. But anyways, I was editing and it was bad. I didn't know anything about editing. Mr. Loudis is who showed me how to do J cuts and L cuts, which helped a lot.
Well, that's for like the uninitiated. That's when audio from like one shot is like carries over to the next shot and like hear it before or after.
Which I use
all the time.
Which every freaking everybody uses that. I mean every professional film. But like, whenever I did it, all I saw was the flaws. I just thought it was crap. I thought,
Another tip for new filmmakers is no matter how good you're going to get, it's never going to be exactly how you envisioned it in your head.
Yes, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, unless it's bad.
Yeah, but like, and like, I got to tell you, you will critique your stuff like nobody else. Yeah. I mean,
your own worst critic is gonna be if you're like us.
It's very true, and I mean, like, I hated it until like, and this is the funny thing, I watched it like the only like whenever I actually liked it was whenever I watched it in the theater
at Central Film Festival.
Yeah, not a real theater because we're not that good, but we watched it like, and it was like probably, what would you say, 30 people in there?
Yeah,
30 people in there that I didn't know, and all the only people I asked to like for their opinion about it was just like my parents and friends, and of course like they were like, oh it's great, and so I couldn't trust it. I thought it was crap. And whenever people actually were laughing and they thought it was great, that's whenever it's like, man, this is good.
Yeah, I like that we spent a lot of time on the big cliche.
Yeah, because that's the most important. But like
on the Chief TV website, it has like 700 views. On our channel, it's like one of our least viewed videos, and that bothers me.
Yeah, but
yeah. And then let's see. So, now we're making a lot shorter, brief shorts.
Yeah, we're kind of.
And we're getting better. If you've noticed, we started moving to widescreen.
Yes,
and paying more attention to audio.
For our channel, when we moved to widescreen and audio, our videos improved big time. Actually, interesting story was, I'll just go over it real quick, but like, never, and this is for anybody who wants to become a filmmaker, never think you've reached, your peak, or that you have you've done the best you can, or that never think that you know everything, because I made that mistake. After the big cliche, I was kind of, thank God, for it, and that's what kind of inspired me to keep going. But it also spoiled me in a way, but it's taught me over, the long haul. But in that brief kind of, aftermath,
after you won the award and you decided to like it, you're like, I got this, and you realized
I became a little too cocky about it, and that but I learned from it. So I kind of thought, I didn't need to learn anymore, that I kind of knew what I was doing, which I didn't. There's always more to learn. So the couple videos after that are really crappy, really bad. I can't even stand them. Elm Street was what is it?
Cliche on Elm Street. You called it a Nightmare on Cliche Street.
Yeah, it's like,
that's not
I'm sorry. It was the morning when I did that. I'm sorry. But anyways, that one is actually released after some of our good videos. But like we did it like a long time ago. We did it before we started that. But
actually, we started filming it like a year ago.
From actually
October 2017.
We filmed that a year ago.
We uploaded it like a month ago.
Yeah, I hate it so much. Like it's
got some funny moments, but
like from what I could see of it, like I understand like where I did bad, and that's because I thought I knew all I needed to know, and that's you should never do that. But after I was like, okay, I got back to basics, and I did Good Cop, Bad Cop, which I shot once again in black and white, and I looked up videos. I tried to learn everything I could about how to do this, correctly. And then after that moment, I was like, this is really good. And like that's when I got back on track and was like, every video you should ever do, or if you do movies, whatever you do, every one you do, you should feel like you've done better. Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be like your favorite of your videos or your films or whatever, because the
always
latest
try
one
to improve on something.
Yeah, but just like each video I've ever done, I've noticed that I've improved, that I've figured something out, that it's better each time. I mean, in just little things, and that makes a huge difference. Yeah. And always do that. Always strive to be better than the last video. Never think that you know everything. Should we talk about where Radix is going?
I was going to talk about like what I'm doing right now.
Oh yeah, do that.
Mr. Radix is pretty much all you. But
just to like clarify on that, right now is where you're kind of starting your videos.
Well, I mean, almost all the videos on our channel, all of them have been like directed by you. I've co-directed like The Big Cliche Part 2.
Yeah. Well, you've been on, like, people don't know, but like Jackson has almost acted in every single one, and has probably been on set of every single one. Couldn't have been done without Jackson, honestly.
And like most of our scripts are like co-written by you and I.
Now though, like, because like I can't write by myself, like I can't do it. So now, and I used to write with Mason a lot, and I think we're great. We do great, but like me and Jackson now started writing. And I think we've really. I remember when we first started writing, and this was like back whenever we still weren't like real good friends yet. We kind of we were just basing this off the fact that we both wanted to be filmmakers.
Can I tell the story of like? Should we tell the story of the Dawn? It's like a brief like. After the Big Cliche, like we're gonna make a movie, like a full on movie.
Yes, and this is once again my cocky,
Seth and Mason and a little bit of me. I showed up writing with Seth and Mason one night, and I just sat there throwing out ideas that they quickly shot down.
Yeah, well, like me and Mason are two different writers. Like I remember at the beginning when I first started writing with Jackson, we didn't really kind of. I think it's because like the reason me and Mason wrote so well was because like we were best friends and we knew how to. We knew each other's sense of humor, so like that's how we kind of bounced off each other. But like when it first like with me and Jackson, or Jackson and I, we didn't really
we had two different like kind of like ways
outlooks,
of writing,
ways of writing
and visions of how the story should go.
But now we write, I think, better than Mason and I.
The first script that we wrote together was The Big Cliche Part 2. And
well,
that's like one of my favorite scripts.
That was. Two summers ago, or like, oh wow, dang! Damn, wow, that was sophomore.
Yeah, well, no, we started writing it, like the
end of sophomore. Yeah,
we came up with like the jokes for like whenever I was in the dress and like the whole like, oh, she's a woman. but she's a woman.
Yeah.
We came up with that before we
Yeah.
even finished part 1. And you know, the big cliche part 2, technically, like, we could have spent a lot more time on it, but we were kind of rushing it for the film festival.
It was definitely rushed, and I feel bad about that.
Yeah, and there was like a whole scene between Scotty and Carmen that we cut.
We shot that like about 15 times. We reshot that.
We went to the same location. We like tried with different equipment, and just every time something would go wrong or just
something happened. It was just I took it as
I think I counted like legitimately like 6 or 7 times we went to shoot that one scene.
Like literally same spot, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that was even the first scene we shot.
Yeah.
And it just
mm-hmm.
and I took it as a sign.
Yeah. Let's just not put
that
this
we couldn't do it. And you know, I wish we could have, because it kind of had some more backstory.
Yeah, it had some backstory, some foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, but you know, I mean, definitely one thing I've learned is, you know, even though it's your baby, you know, it's your, you know, whatever, you don't want to ever like have any of the speaking metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want any of your film on the ground, but in the end, you know, you got to make a better story, to make a better, you know, it's just how it ends.
Currently, I am in the process of directing my first one that I've almost entirely written and directed by myself, and that's proving to be quite a challenge, because like, even though I've been on set with Seth, and like I have more experience than Seth did when he made The Big Cliche, I'm running into a lot of obstacles, and I'm learning how to like adapt with that. And like even like earlier today, like the day we're recording this, we went on set and I was so unprepared, and we ended up getting one shot, and when we had like a 3-hour shoot planned, so that was kind of annoying. But you know,
it happens. Stuff like that happens. Which
that short I'm going to tell the story. It's actually been a year, like almost, since we wrote the original draft of that. Gunnar and I wrote it, and mainly me, pretty much, because I was like, Gunnar and I came up with the idea, and I'm like, Gunnar's like, so let's write this. And I'm like, I'm gonna write it by myself, because like I'm kind of a control freak when it comes to writing. Sometimes.
By the way, like I get that, but like Jackson is definitely the better writer of like he is better with character development, characters, and stuff like that.
And you're better at like directing and like editing and stuff. So we
but
balance
like,
each other.
I think we're good at all things, but like I just think that you're definitely better at the writing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you did that, like, and that's once again like coming back to that why the only thing, well, there's a couple things, but that's the biggest thing that I hate about filmmaking is just how long it takes, and how you got to be very patient whenever it comes to that stuff. I mean, we've had ideas, we've had, you know, and because we're only 2 directors, and we could only produce stuff, so it takes us a while. So like we have so many backed up ideas that it's like we've had in the making for, you know, a year or 2 that we still want to do, but we haven't gotten around to it because, you know, we don't have enough people.
Yeah.
And that's something that we hope to change in the future.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, we'll finish about like kind of present where we're at right now.
Okay, so the short I'm talking about will be titled Say Cheese, and it will be finished eventually. But like a year ago, Gunnar and I came up with this idea, and like the script that we mostly me wrote. I feel bad because I totally shot down like everything that he'd written. Be like, nah, don't worry, I got this. And like I worked in some of the stuff, but I wanted this to be my big cliche, and so it took place all in school, and it had like teachers as actors, and that was the stupidest idea because we could never like shoot it after school, like in the school, and we couldn't like use the teachers in the middle of their class. We actually went to Mr. DeClue. It was graphic design.
I remember that. I remember seeing the footage.
It was his photography scene, and we went into his class like, hey, remember that thing you told you about? Yeah, we want to shoot it. He's like, oh, okay. And he was at his desk, and so we just stood there with like the tripod on the camera, and it was Gunnar and I, and we're telling him, like, giving him his lines, and he was just saying his lines in front of the class. Mason was in that class. He was watching.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
That's great. I wish I could have been there. I saw the footage for that, though.
Yeah.
And I remember you were, like, trying to clean up audio.
Yeah, because, like, the mic we used for that was super crap. And so I had to, like, learn how to
really
fix, like, noise and stuff, and it was horrible. So I didn't, So I ended up scrapping that entire script and, like, rewriting, same premise and everything, but in a different spot.
Yeah.
Outside of school, no teachers, just, like Seth, Gunnar, and I are the only characters except for, like, a couple people who show up here and there. And that's what I'm working on right now. So yeah, and it's not easy.
Yeah, and so yeah, Jackson right now is working on kind of the bigger projects like.
Like the longer, like, because like Seth wants to work on like the short stuff that we're making. I want to work on the longer stuff. Forgot what I was just about to say because I just finished your thought.
So,
crap.
Well, I'll just.
What was it? I was saying it was. It's never easy. Keep going. I forgot.
That's okay. Well, like right now, like you said, I am doing kind of short videos because for me, I really.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, he'll go.
Okay,
Take the reins again.
It's going to be extremely stressful at times and extremely just crappy, but you have to learn to just have fun with it and enjoy what you're doing. Because like earlier today, we only got one shot and I was super annoyed with it, but now I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to learn from it, and at least we're doing it, and just have fun on set even when just you can't get this shot right now because you don't have this thing, you know.
Yeah,
so.
I remember, and Jackson's really improved with his directing. Because I remember last year, whenever he first tried to start Say Cheese,
the school version of it,
the school version, which was not finished. We got like 12% of it done and kind of scrapped it.
That's generous.
Generous. But like, man, he was like, man, you were just uptight about it. You were not having a good time. You were annoyed, and yeah, actors can be annoying, and they can be, you got to get them on track. But man, the key is to just have fun. Like, cause I have had I have fun on set, and I love it. And like you said earlier, nothing's gonna go your way. I mean, absolutely nothing. It's not gonna be how you envisioned it. So you just got to roll with it. You got to move. It's all about being flexible. And trust me, I have been on sets and I've been shooting for videos that I desperately wanted to do, and it was awful. I hated it. I absolutely had an awful day. And most of those days are with like tons of people. I hate working with tons of actors and people. And like, and I say this, and it's funny because like on big production movies, you work with 50 people on set every day, pretty much. But like, I think for me, why I didn't like how this was is because on set with me, we're very low budget. We don't have a lot of people. Like, the second thing is we don't have a lot of people with us, and I do a lot of the stuff myself. I do cinematography myself. I do I set up the sound, lighting, and then like while I'm doing all that, I have all these people to handle. If I had if we had a cinematographer, if we had a sound person to take care of that, it'd be much easier. But since we don't have that yet,
it's all these very different like departments that go into an enormous film that like we're doing just like the few of us.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments of like an example of that is our try at costume design and putting together the walrus suit. Oh, that was great.
That was awful, but great. Like, cause like, remember everything went wrong.
Yeah.
Literally and it was like the day or the day before we were gonna shoot, and it's like everything went wrong. We got the suit. It was way too little.
The original costume design was, instead of like the beanie that he has and like the blue T-shirt, it was gonna be a morph suit and like, well, along with the jacket and everything.
Yeah.
But the only blue morph suit they had at Party City was like, it was like for someone like 5'4", and I'm like 6'2". So we just like cut out like a piece of the chest.
My dad did this. Like we cut out the chest, and my dad sewed it to like a Jurassic Park T-shirt I have, which I think we still have.
Yeah,
it's in your closet. And and then like we were gonna use like the morph suit for the actual cowl, but like it was bad, so we used the beanie and the mask. The mask I think is the most interesting part because we actually took. And this is what I love.
It's not a Batman mask. Everyone thinks you just cut the ears off Batman mask. No.
And no, we took like, it was like a black just face mask, and we cut out like the mouth, and we actually made like those origami finger knives that I always used to make to like be Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
And we taped them to the mask. Which I love that.
And I bought like $40 Batman gauntlets.
Yes, that which,
like Seth didn't even want it first.
Yeah, but I think they look great.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love doing I love low budget stuff because that's so much fun. Is creating that kind of stuff because our films are pretty much, we have actually no budget. Like on all of our films, we haven't really spent very much money. The most I think we've ever spent is probably $40 on Say What Again, the first one, only because we bought
Skinny ties.
Skinny ties. I had to have the Tarantino skinny ties.
If you don't have a skinny tie, then you're either living lifelong wrong or you're a girl.
Yeah, man, Gunner. You gotta have the skinny ties. Those were we actually wore those to homecoming.
To homecoming, yeah.
Just a few days ago. But yeah, we that's I love like creating stuff. So that's kind of where we're at, you know, with our YouTube channel right now. And I guess now what we should talk about is the future of it. And we're really looking, you know, we really want to make Radix an actual production company, both YouTube and real films. Like,
so, yeah, we're in our senior year right now. We started this when we were in our sophomore year, so we're 2 years into it. And currently, my dad, we're currently thinking about like places to live and stuff. My dad's throwing out and possibly like letting us rent out his house, and going and doing something else. So like right now, Seth and I are in the phase of like, so who's gonna do dishes? Who's gonna do laundry?
Yeah,
because we're gonna have to live with each other, and we'll see how that goes.
It'll be great, man. It'll be good.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, now we're in the worst part is like, of course we're our own production company, but we're also kind of I don't know, supplied, I guess you could say, by Chief TV Network, which is our school.
Kickapoo High School, like
which
media department.
It's funny because like now they can't really associate, like Mr. Loudest, I love that he still loans us stuff, but he can't really associate himself with us because like our content sometimes is a little bit
Yep. So that's where we're at.
But right now we're trying to get equipment and we're trying to get like our own stuff so we could, you know, produce ourselves.
Also, our crew is expanding,
which is very exciting.
Yeah, it started out. The original crew was you, me, and like Mason and like sort of Julian. Yeah. And as time gone on, like we met Gunner, which we both met Gunner in different classes in the same semester, and we became friends
at the same time. It was really weird.
Gunner has a fun perspective, sort of fun. I mean, he was a fan of the Big Cliche, and he was like, "Yo, I want to like hang out with these guys someday, like be like them."
Yeah,
and he hangs out with us, and we make very mean jokes to him. And I'm sorry, Gunner, if you're listening.
Yeah, great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy. I love the guy. Yeah, solid dude. He's been with us for quite a while now, and he's awesome. But he doesn't he doesn't know really if he wants to become a filmmaker, and he might, but like he's not like me and Jackson who, you know, live and die for this.
Yeah. And Gunner's first written and directed thing should be out soon, The Astronaut.
Yeah, yeah. But like he also is very interested in music, and it will probably pursue a career in that. So right now, you know, Jackson and I, we are kind of the owners of Radix Productions. Right now, you know, it's just a YouTube company, and you know, it's not anything right now. But
you say company like we have monetized our videos.
Yeah,
we haven't even done that yet.
We don't even have 100 subscribers.
We also have like freaking like 8 videos with copyright claims on them.
Oh yeah,
that we can't even monetize if we wanted to.
Yeah. But like we're growing, man. But like so we're I guess, you know, like we're the main dudes.
The main dudes. The head honchos.
But yeah, so it's our I don't know what you want to say. Call it company.
It's our baby.
It's our baby.
Seth and I made a baby. And
please cut that out. That is. Wow. Anyways, so but now it's very exciting because we are getting a lot more people. Because it's funny because like when we started this, I remember like going up to like Claire, who I was talking about earlier, who was in the Big Cliche. Insert clip of Claire.
Yeah.
He was a senior at the time that we were filming this, and we were in, you know, we were sophomores, and I had to walk up to her and go like, "Hi." I was like, "Do you want to be in like our film? Never done a film before, but like this, you know." And she was in drama, and she did a fantastic job. I hate that. Like I've heard, I hate that when somebody does not like her in that film. But I think I guess it's just because they don't really know.
Like her performance is great.
Yeah, I think it's just because they don't understand what a film fatale or like what her character meant, you know, and she played it perfectly. But But it's because we got her because like we were originally casted this girl that bailed out on us, and I'm so glad she did because Claire kind of
was so much better.
So much better, and also taught us kind of a lesson that you know you get people that you don't know. You got to step out of your boundaries and get people who will do a good job. And that kind of led us to like where we. I mean, I remember when we were doing the big cliche, and we couldn't get anybody to do these films.
Yeah.
Like, luckily we got Claire, but like I
had
remember
a bartender.
We had a bartender. We had this great scene with a bartender, which was actually included in
the sequel.
The sequel,
The Scotch on the Rocks.
Yes, but there was even more to that scene, which I loved so much. But we had to cut it because I casted 3 bartenders. All 3 of them ducked out. They all bailed because they were like, I mean, like it sounds cool, but like, And I can understand because, like, I mean, like, come on, we had nothing to show for what we were doing, and they just thought it was probably crappy, and they're kind of right, which we did a better job than anyone could have expected, and now it's funny because like we have a lot more people coming up to us. Yeah. Kyler,
like, Seth and I are very like we've gotten into like the drama department, and so we're like pretty good friends with most like everyone in there. Most everyone.
Yeah, you're friends with him.
And then so like now like we'll have friends in drama that'll come up to us, and like Kyler, who's in a lot of our videos now, he's like up there.
I remember like literally, it was like 2 or a week before we filmed Say What Again.
Yeah,
Kyler came up to like me.
He watched What's in the Box, which is our most popular video, and more on that later. But it's like he was like that, and he's like, guys. This looks so fun. I want to be a part of it.
Yeah, and that's it's funny because like people started seeing like, and they, and people knew like, we wanted to actually become directors, so they knew we were serious about it, and they saw our videos, and they thought, people, they've gotten a lot better, and so now I like that like a lot of people actually want to be a part of this, and actually, and it's great because these people, we've kind of moved because originally we were just casting our friends like Jordan, Mason. And Mason's still in a lot of our videos just because, like, he is not an actor, but I think he does a great job.
When he gets the right role.
Back in Nom, amazing.
Say What Again, 1, 2.
Oh, it's so great. So great. When he's given the right role, I wish he would take... Mason, if you're listening to this, which I doubt he is, you need to take acting because he could become really good at it. But anyways, so yeah, and... Which, an addition that we're really excited about, Addie, what is her last name?
DeMello.
DeMello?
Yeah.
She just now came on board, who also wants to be a director.
Yeah, her first video that she's in will be premiering soon, but we're having like special effects troubles with that.
Yeah, we have to redo another scene, which sucks.
Also, we have a special effects guy, Daniel Moore. He does great work. He helped me get crushed by a piano, and he's kind of who we go to, and we're kind of overflooding him with work because he's a very busy dude.
Which, once again, if you're listening to this and you live in Springfield, Missouri, and you want to be a filmmaker, please contact us because we need more people.
Yeah. If you know how to do special effects.
Yes, if you know how to do special effects, if you want to be a director, just contact us. We need more people. Help us. But so she's coming on board and she wants to be a director, so this is very exciting for us because me and Jackson
just expanding the team.
Yes, because that's what we want to do. We want to get a lot of directors and a lot of people who are interested in this because it's very difficult for me, for Jackson and I, because a lot of people don't understand. We'll go out like a great example is Raiders, our Indiana Jones spoof that we made. We spent it was a day to shoot, but we spent 7 hours shooting that, and it's like what, a 3 or 4 minute video, a 3 or 4 minute video, and we spent 7 hours filming it.
I forgot we also have a tradition. Like almost every time we film, we'll go eat Steak and Shake sometime during or before, after this.
And the funny thing is it's not because I mean I like Steak and Shake. Yeah, I guess we all do, but it's mainly because we Steak and Shake stuff, but no, mainly because we're poor and the food there is good.
Like we could list so many, Say What Again, the original ends with him being cheeseburger, and it's in Steak and Shake.
Yes.
But Raiders, Say What Again, What's in the Box, before we even shot that one, we went there.
Yeah.
Which that What's in the Box, by the way, was for the Central Film Festival. It was a challenge. They gave us a prompt and a prop, and we had to make like a quick short, like under 2 minutes.
And it was the prompt was white lies, and the prop was a balloon.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could see. Let's see.
But like, there's a whole thing with that because like we didn't like get it uploaded on time or in the right spot, so we didn't actually get it considered for like the contest,
which sucks because it
would have won.
It was so great. It would have
so
won.
great.
It was so great. It still is great.
And
I look at that one, and I love it so much.
And at the talent show last year, they showed because it was like it had the KHS talent show hosted by Chief TD, and so like after like every like 2 or 3 performances, they'd show a video, and like the last few they showed our writing center video, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then they showed What's in the Box, which I wasn't there because I didn't buy a ticket because I'm stupid.
Yeah, I was there in the back stage because like we were promoting our theater play, which was While the Lights Were Out.
Yeah.
And so I was backstage whenever they played, and that was one of the greatest experiences I ever had because like, whenever you have like one of the best things about filmmaking is showing your stuff to people who actually will watch it. You know, not just your parents or friends, but like whenever you show it to people you don't even know and they think it's funny. Because that was like whenever, spoiler alert, whenever you're in bed, which the bed you're sitting on right now.
Yep.
That scene comes on, everyone just started dying, and it was awesome.
I heard like Lauren, our friend Lauren, who's in the manspreading video, which is actually
your
first written and directed one that I uploaded. And did
so that
entirely.
was, and you know, like I've had people come up to me and think like I did. Manspreading. I was like, no, that was Jackson.
Oh yeah. I didn't put it in like the actual thing because it was like supposed to be PSA, but I put it in the description. No one reads the description. But like Lauren was like on the headset, like because like the talent show was in the theater, and so like the tech guys will just talk on the headsets while stuff is going on. And apparently like a couple of guys were just like, "Oh, this is funny. Oh, that's weird. Oh my god."
Really?
Yeah, like Devin and Jarrett did that.
That's amazing. I can't believe Mr. Loudis actually showed that because like I wasn't even expecting him to like I didn't even tell him to show What's in the Box, but he just showed it. And I was so happy because that is like it was hilarious, and that's why it's our most viewed.
And then they broke up the Big Cliche Part 2 into like 3 different scenes and showed it like 2 scenes at a time. And at the very end was like the dress part, like that got a ton of laughs, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Not as much as the bed thing. But it was like funny because like after that day, I went to Spanish class and like one girl's like, "I liked your videos, Jackson." And then it dawned on me that half the school has seen me in bed with a balloon and wearing a dress.
That's so great.
The things we do for filming.
Which, the things we do, it's ridiculous. Like just a few days ago, for Say What Again, Vol 3, those legs that you see go into the dumpster. Yeah, that's me. I got into a garbage can. It was like 90 degrees, and the inside that was like a sauna. I got into that, and they just threw my legs in there. Yeah, so you gotta do a lot for filmmaking, but we love it, and I'm glad I did it because it makes it more fun, you know. But anyways, back to where we're kind of like our crew. But Addie's coming aboard, and she has not directed or written anything yet. But once again, she's very early. She's just now, so we're kind of all getting used to her, and I'm really excited because she likes filmmaking. She wants to be a director, which is very hard to find in our in schools. And so I'm very excited to see her progress going. And hopefully we're going to get some more people. And like we said, we've gotten some more actors and people who want to be a part of our videos, which we just got to get...
Yeah. Like a lot
gotta
of
get
our
around
friends in the drama department are just like, "So when can I be in a video?"
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I got these other people, but, maybe one day.
And once again, it takes us such a long time to, get stuff done.
There's so many great people in drama, though. Like, I want to get, like as many as we can, like, as many different people in our videos.
Yeah.
So you'll probably start seeing some more new faces pop up.
Which is very exciting. And then after, like, here in the near future, what we plan on doing is when we're going to college here pretty soon, and we plan on keeping up, Radix Productions, and hopefully making it, grow. And I'd like to start,
doing like vlogs
getting revenue and all kinds of different content. So far, like, we kind of have a little bit of variety. Mostly we do kind of comedies and shorts. But I've done one film review, and like I'd like to kind of do more of those. And
that was very good analysis, by the way.
Thanks, man.
I'm kind of scared for the moment that we make a dramatic short because anyone who watches our videos thinks it's gonna be a joke, and they're just gonna stand there like, "Where's the punchline?" It's like it's not supposed to be a punchline.
Yeah, especially since like a lot of our videos have the same old like.
Yeah,
where it's like
well, it starts off serious, like
and
the
then
Walrus is a perfect example.
Yeah, and then also what's in the box?
What's in the
Say
box?
what again? They all start off serious,
Over.
and this is just a gimmick that I use because I love it.
Yeah.
You know, which I mean, we've kind of gotten away from. We
Yeah.
try and do different stuff, but we also copy a lot. Oh my gosh, everything we do is just copied.
Yeah.
Copy.
Yeah. Nothing's original. It's just how you do it.
Yeah, but anyways, so yeah, so here pretty soon. So we're gonna keep that up, and hopefully we're gonna grow. So please like and subscribe.
Please like.
We need more, please. But here, whenever we start going to college, I'm not going to college right away. Because I have a job lined up to do a documentary with my brother.
So Gunnar and I and Addie are gonna have to run it for like those 3 months.
They are gonna continue Radix. You know, trying to upload a video every week. You know, and keep that consistent.
We're also working on getting our own equipment.
Yes. Which Addie has a lot of her, like she has a MacBook and she has, by the way, use Final Cut Pro. It's amazing.
I mean, it's not, I mean, it's good. It's good.
It's amazing. I love Final Cut Pro. It's way better than, we sponsor Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
I do anyways.
This video is brought to you by.
If you're, listen, I definitely sponsor Final I love Final Cut Pro. Much more than any other, but anyways, this isn't a sponsor. I'm sorry. Please discredit any opinions in this video.
Any of you are not representative of Radix Productions, even though it's the 2 people who run Radix Productions.
So we're gonna keep that up, and hopefully here in the next couple of years we will make our first film.
Yeah.
And continue Radix as not only a YouTube company but also an actual film
company. Yeah. So maybe you'll see us in the big screen. And, you know, when we're accepting our Oscars, or at least Golden Globes, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You can be like, I was there from the beginning.
Yeah, man. Please, like and
subscribe. Alright, I think we covered everything.
I got it? Okay,
Let's
great.
see. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.